What's up, guys? Will here, CEO of Willistic Rentals, coming to you with my first ever episode on my brand new YouTube channel. Right, I'm super excited because we're gonna be talking things all Turo related. Right, I'm gonna be sharing my experiences with Turo as well as my experiences opening up my brand new rental car company. Okay, and we're gonna be putting out this fire content on a weekly basis. Each episode is gonna be 10 minutes or less, and the reason why is because I know your time is valuable as well as mine, and guess what? I don't like to waste no time. Why? Because I got cars to deliver, baby. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into it with today's episode. Today's episode is titled I Did Turo. Alright guys, welcome to part one of this episode. Alright, the journey. Alright, what made me decide to say actually go and do Turo? Right, there were three main things that helped me make that decision, and those three main things are wanting my own side hustle, wanting to own my own business, and a friend of mine, T Cash, who has his very own successful YouTube channel. Definitely go check him out. He gives you fire content on a weekly basis regarding real estate, so definitely if you want to get into that realm, he's a very successful entrepreneur in that, so definitely go check him out. Alright, so let's get back into those three things. Right, those three main things really helped me make my decision. Alright, and I would actually add one more, which was eventually achieving passive income. Right, I eventually want to achieve passive income, and I think Turo has the avenue for it. Alright, so let's dive right into what steps did I actually take to get there. Alright, I didn't just say take my car and put it on Turo and be like, alright, show me the money. No, I didn't do that. Right, you have to do your research. Some other steps that I took besides using those helpful tools on Turo was that I went on YouTube. Yes, I'm doing exactly what you guys are doing right now. Right, I went on YouTube and I searched Turo failed stories. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to know why people did not have success with Turo. I wanted to know why they didn't have success and what steps they did to get there, right? And then what I did was I went and looked at Turo success stories. I wanted to know why people had success with Turo and what steps they take to have success. So what I do is I took those two, put it together, and that is where I am today. And honestly, I feel great about it. Right? I feel like I had enough useful information to go on and do what we're about to do right now, which is list our vehicle. Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys to the Turo platform. We're gonna list our vehicle, and then let's just get right to it. All right. What is it that Turo actually asks you for when you're listing your car on the platform? So right here I have it, the page pulled up, and right here it says, where is your car located? So they want to know exactly where your car is going to be located. So for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to put where the car will be located, the address, then we're going to put in the VIN number. Then we're going to check off the box. Obviously my model of year is 1981 or later. I'm going to save the VIN. Great. Next we're going to ask how many miles is on the car. So we're going to keep it here at 20 to 30k miles. Transmission, automatic, trim. Great. Make sure the style. Make sure you pay taxes on the car. And then has your car ever had a branded or salvage title? And then we hit next. Okay, so Turo basically just wants to make sure all those things are intact. As we go to next, after you do your car, you go right into goals. Okay, so your goals, what is the goal for your car? And I think this is very important because this is what makes Turo a platform for everyone, right? Everyone has a different goal. So some of the goals, like for your primary financial goal, you guys can just read them right here. And then they ask you, how often do you and your family currently use the car? And these are some of the choices right here. And then how often do you guys want to share your car? And these are the choices they have for it right here. So Turo is pretty open about having multiple people use their platform, whether it's for full-time use, part-time, etc. Alright, so I think it's very important that they have this, like your goals. Next, car availability. Alright, how much advance notice do you need before the trip starts? So I think this is also very important as well when it talks about, alright, well, how much time do I need before I prep the car? Now, you really won't know unless you actually prep a car. At least for me, when I didn't really know how much time I really needed to prep a car until I actually had to prep a car. So these are things that you can obviously change. But what I like here is that Turo gives you tips on how to get more bookings. So 18% of trips at home locations are booked on shorter notice than your current requirement of 3 hours. So they just give you a recommended advance notice time. Same thing with your trip duration. what's the shortest and longest possible trip you'll accept? All right, so tips to get more booking. A 1 day minimum opens you up to 100% of your trips. So, I mean, obviously, this is what they recommend, but you guys can obviously change that as well. You can also say if you require a 2 day minimum for trips that start Friday or Saturday. So if you want them to book the whole weekend, you're going to require at least a 2 day minimum. When they book Friday, they need to book either Saturday or Sunday as well, or if they book Saturday, they must book Sunday. Things like that. When we get into like tips for more bookings, like your maximum trip duration. So obviously they give you what they recommend, but you can also change it as well. Okay, so we would hit next. Great. Now we get into license plate number, state, features of your car. They want you to tell your guest description of your car. So this is where you really get the opportunity to basically sell your car to your guests. What makes your car stand out better than the other cars. So after that, then they get right into car photos. And these are suggestions, which is also what I like too, of how they would suggest for you to take pictures of your car. So right here, as we're looking, I mean, these are professional pictures. Right now, not everyone starts off with professional pictures, but if you really want your listing to pop out, I would suggest getting professional pictures done. Even if it might not be in your first, when you first list the car, but at least eventually, after its listing, I would suggest getting professional photos taken. Okay, so then after that, then you just go right into your safety and quality standards. And this is where Turo just outlines, their safety and quality standards for you guys. So, I mean, it's very straightforward when it comes to listing a vehicle. And I definitely think Turo does help you to make the most of your listing when it comes to actually making the most money on your car. All right, so thanks for tuning in to part 2. We're gonna get to part 3, which is extremely, extremely exciting because it's finally getting booked. Your car is finally getting booked. What happened? All right, so let's take you guys over to part 3. All right, guys, welcome to part 3 of this video. Finally getting booked. Yeah, baby. Woo, 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 woo. No, that is not what happened. All right, I waited 5 patient long days, sweating, thinking, why am I not getting booked? Is it because I ain't take good enough pictures? Is it because the price is too high? What is going on? All right, and I finally came to a realization that, Will, you just need to be patient, okay? Be patient. It's going to come, all right? And then when that booking finally came, I was super excited because not only did I get 1 booking, I got 2, 3, 4, all my cars are starting to get booked, and I'm like, wow, this is great. But then I'm over here like, what do I do now? How do I prepare the car? And that's what we're gonna get into, okay? We're gonna get into preparing the car in my next episode, all right? So without further ado, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Did Turo. In our next episode, we're gonna get into the contactless check-in and what all that entails, all right? But before we leave, please like, comment, and subscribe, all right? So I can keep bringing you fire content on a weekly basis, okay, guys? Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you in a little.